Hello and Happy New Year to you and yours from the Idiot Section. Coming to you today from the sprawling dining area in Steve-O's ground floor apartment. While it may not be as glamorous as some of the locations we have recently broadcast from, we are hopeful there are no rogue turkeys with AK-47s lurking about that we will have to deal with today. I am your host, Senor Esteban, and along with my co-hosts Kyle and Steve-O, are prepared to guide you through another year of idiocy, be it ours or those in the news. Thank you for tuning in. Our musical intro today is called Soupy's Theme, and it was written by Henry Jerome and was used as the musical intro to the Soupy Sales show in the 1960s and again for his reboot show in the 1970s. I recently learned that Mr. Jerome also wrote the theme song for another popular show called Winky Dink and You. Now, for those of you too young to remember Winky Dink and You, it was actually the first interactive TV show and debuted in the 1950s and was revived again in the late 1960s and early 70s. The show made use of what was called a magic drawing screen, which was basically a large clear plastic of vinyl that was stuck to the TV screen by static electricity. A kit containing the screen and various Winky Dink crayons could be purchased for 50 cents. At a critical scene in every Winky Dink cartoon, Winky would arrive at the scene that contained a connected dots picture. He would then ask the children at home to complete the picture, and the finished result would help him continue the story. Examples include drawing a bridge to cross a river, an axe to chop down a tree, a cage to trap a dangerous lion, or a fire hose to put out the fire in a dragon. The show was revived in syndication for 65 episodes beginning in 1969 and ending in 1973. In the 1990s, a new Winky Dink kit emerged on the market, containing a magic screen, crayons, and an all-new digitized Winky Dink. The show was actually canceled for a while because some children who didn't have the magic screen would actually start drawing on the TV set themselves. One of the other problems was, I guess when the early color sets came out, people were concerned about the damage of X-rays. So all these little kids with 3 eyes and 5 arms no longer could play with Winky Dink.
I just want to play with my Winky Dink.
So they played with their other Winky Dink.
I lost my Winky Dink because the X-ray from the TV stole the Inky Winks.
That's funny how how you guys were smart enough in the 1950s to know, oh, I just draw on this. And yet children in the 90s got dumber to the point of
Right.
I'm just going to draw on the screen.
I'm just going to draw right on the TV screen.
Actually, you know what? I do believe that kids are getting dumber these days because of the internet and so on and so forth. There was a whole music MTV Music Awards, awards, not the movie awards, but the music one. And what happened is this guy comes out, starts performing. I forget who the rapper was, but everybody knows who he is. And then Paul McCartney comes out, and then everybody else on Twitter's like, "Who is this guy? Who is Paul McCartney?" I'm like, okay, first off, you're tweeting from your phone. Your phone obviously connects to the internet. There's this app. It's very easy. You use it all the time. It's called Google. You can just type in Paul McCartney, and you can find out who he is. But it's like people are just. I feel that people are so dumb these days that they're just gonna be like,
Yep.
That's why we need to bring back Winky Dink.
Winky Dink.
He's actually kind of creepy.
Here's a sheet of vinyl.
I pulled the theme song up on YouTube, and it has like the guy who's drawing, but then the guy who's drawing looks like I think Adam Carolla did time traveling. because that's who it looks like.
Looks
a little
like
bit.
Adam Carolla.
Yeah, but then the Winky Dink character is kind of freaky looking.
Yeah, the
It's like,
early
I'm
one
gonna
had like a
murder-
star on his head or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna murder you in your sleep, kids.
Well, the
unless
problem
you
is,
draw.
I remember one show that my brother and I watched, and we didn't have the magic screen, so we just went to the kitchen and grabbed some plastic wrap and put that on the TV. It worked just as good. And we would draw things. Besides a hose, we would draw something a little nastier.
Yeah.
And there were certain other
Give
things.
me something
that
to put out this fire.
Yeah,
kid.
really, yeah.
Winky Dink, what are you doing with that? Don't
Yeah.
put it in your mouth.
Winky
Winky Dink.
So there were other applications that could be done with that.
I think we need to bring this back. Actually, Winky Dink could make a great comeback for all touchscreen apps. So you can make a phone one for kids. You can make one for the tablets and stuff like that. So Winky Dinks, get on this. If not, I'm gonna steal your copyrighted material and do my own Winky Dinks. It'll be Dinky Wink.
Dinky Wink.
And he just looks like a penis with a hat.
Winky dink.
And that's just him winking.
Yeah.
Once again, my name is Senor Esteban, and this is the Idiot Section. As always, the discussions and comments on the show are the opinions and beliefs of the participants and do not in any way, shape, or form represent the views of the Four-Eyed Radio Network, Socially Awkward Studios, or any of the sponsors associated with the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Don Pardo, please take it away. Furthermore, any celebrity impersonations or attempts at impersonations or voices you hear on the show are for entertainment purposes only. This show should be listened to for the pure enjoyment of it, if you can call it that, and nothing else. Thank you, Don Pardo. This is our 14th show for the Four-Eyed Radio Network, or the Fern, and it is our first show of the new year. Like you, we look forward to a new year of hope, health, prosperity, and a ton of idiotic behavior that we can not only participate in, but report on for your entertainment pleasure. So, since our last show before Christmas, I was wondering, boys, what have you been up to? Kyle?
That's it.
Winky Dinks.
Actually, I haven't been up to much. We're cleaning house right now. We're trying to put the Christmas decorations or holiday season's tidings.
No, Christmas decorations.
So to be politically correct, the Kwanzaa tree is coming down. No, so we're cleaning all that up.
Oh, you crazy with the Kwanzaa tree.
Oh, man. And then that's pretty much been it. I got a windshield crack in my windshield. It went from about an inch to all the way across now. It just
that's
completely
not good.
shattered. So
Do you have coverage on your
Yeah.
glass?
We did, and we did, and then we did again. It was a fun
Yeah,
experience.
I heard about that.
It was great because it was like I call them, they say everything's fine. As soon as I got the crack, and then I got a call back from them saying that no, for whatever reason we took that off, and I was able to show them like, well, how is it that from the beginning of our policy with you we've had it, then magically it goes away when I need it, and then magically it's like still showing that it's on there. So needless to say, I got somebody who actually like looked into it and said, no, you're fine. So they're gonna come out, replace 100%, no coverage or cost. But it was funny because when they were gonna come out, they said, oh, we could probably just patch that little piece. I'm like, yeah, whatever you want to do, like it's covered. Like if you want to replace it or just patch it. And then like the next day, it like went like right across
All the way
screen.
across, yeah.
So now I'm like, no, it needs to be replaced. So there's no more chance for that. But it was great. It's with Safe Life glass.
Yep.
They're going to be coming out.
Repair,
Yeah, exactly.
take back, replay.
What was great is he calls me.
Is that the one with the Omaha steak things or whatnot?
I think so. Yeah.
Or, like back in the
Oh
day.
no, that was that other one, Empire Glass.
Oh, Empire Glass.
It had
It's like
broken
what
window.
I hate though is like the kid comes out like they break the window, the car window with like a baseball thing, and the kid just comes out like, looks like Mom's getting some more Omaha steaks. I'm like, we're not teaching your children anything.
Yeah,
They learn
we're
if they break stuff, you get stuff. So
I want to see
Yeah,
that
yeah.
commercial. They're just going around breaking windows all around
Hey,
town.
I'm giving you steaks. What are you yelling at me for? Yeah.
Ah! They're crazy for them steaks. They're all like roided out because they're just eating nothing but meat.
Yeah, then the more they break the windows, the bigger these guys
Yeah.
get. Pretty size, they're Hulk size because
How
of all
old
the
are you?
meat they
I'm
eat.
Timmy. I'm 7. No,
smash.
Yeah, Jimmy wants
Omaha
steaks.
Barbecue sauce.
But yeah, so that's all we did. But yeah, he called me and was like, yeah, I'll be out between this time. So I was like, great, because they told me like between like noon and tomorrow. And I was like, well, that's great. I'll see you whenever. And then like he actually called and confirmed like I'll be here between this window. So he gave me some time to get some stuff done this morning. So that's all we've been up to.
Well, one thing I learned is one time when I had to get my windshield replaced, what they do is they come out with a dollar bill, and if the crack is as big as a dollar bill or bigger, they'll replace your windshield. But if it isn't, they won't.
Yeah, that's what they were telling us too. Like, is it larger than a dollar bill? And I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. So the
It's like a couple of bills.
the The tip here is what you do is if your crack isn't quite as big as a dollar bill and you want your windshield replaced, you go out and park your car in the sun so the windshield faces the hot sun all day. And then after about 4 or 5 hours, you go out with a nice hose and you hit it with the cold water and that crack will be dollar bill size.
And you know who can help you make that crack?
Winky dink.
That's right.
Go call those Omaha Steak kids. I need some glass work done.
Yeah, really.
Which is or
Fire up the barbecue.
or
I'm
how you
getting
get
no
your
windshield.
glass replaced as well is when the guy tries to fix the little nick in your windshield and he can't, and he's like, all right, we'll just send someone out to
I gotta
replace your glass.
Well, didn't that guy like disappear? It was something with like diamonds and something that a long time ago. He like had all these diamonds. Like the guy who was like on the commercials, like, we'll replace your glass for free, and then they got somebody completely different because he like disappeared. He had all these diamonds he bought and like met some lady.
Yeah.
And then like he vanished or
Yeah,
something.
well, the lady and her boyfriend, I guess, ended up killing him for the
Yeah,
diamonds.
That's
And it's just
right.
like-
Yeah, that was here in Arizona,
That was here in
yeah.
Arizona. That was a huge
and then
thing.
guess what? No more Omaha steaks. You
Yeah.
didn't get any more steaks now.
Because he invested all of his Omaha steaks into diamonds.
And they're gone.
Oh,
How about you,
man.
Steve-O? What have you been up to since?
Nothing too much. I had a job interview yesterday. I have to track down my high school diploma, or probably call Desert Vista and see if they can give me a copy of my transcript, which probably will be the easiest thing to do because I have so many boxes I haven't opened. I have no idea where I put my high school diploma. But
You didn't frame it like I did?
no, it came in that little flimsy thing at graduation they give you.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
give you that like book.
Where they give you that first, and there's nothing in it, and they're like, "Oh, you get your diploma later, bro.
We'll mail it to you.
We'll mail it to you, bro."
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
those
"Geez,
idiots
principal."
who get that on stage, they go, I got my diploma. They pull down their pants and they moon
Yeah.
everybody, and then they open it up and go, what? They go, you don't get it now,
It's a
wise
trap.
ass.
It's a trap. It's a trap. Admiral Ackbar.
Well, I am certainly glad that the holidays are over, but now I have to take down all the holiday garbage I put up and store it away for another year. I also have the fun job of starting to prepare for taxes. Always a pleasure.
Yay, that's always fun.
But yeah, it wasn't too bad. We had our yearly, every year our cul-de-sac gets together and we have a holiday party and gift
I was talking about to
exchange.
say you have a tax party. Or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, we have a tax party,
party.
where we throw tea into the Salt River, and we dress like Indians or Native Americans, I should say.
You can say American Indian. That's actually what they prefer to be.
Hey,
An
how
American
are
Indian?
ya?
Okay.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how
Well,
are
because
ya?
I was talking to
That's
Rob
racist.
about that because he's got it from the Shob tribe.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's
And
not.
I had asked him, I said, well, what's politically correct? He goes, well, to be honest, he's like, with all the people who have been slaughtered and fought and died and stuff, is like they earn the name like American Indian because
Right.
they fought for the land as much as anybody else.
That's
so.
true.
technically, it's not racist because technically I am 1% Native American.
No, you're not.
Yeah, according to Mom.
Well, in that case,
From who?
that's the
I
problem.
just said,
though.
according to Mom.
Well, according to them, like then you either need to embrace it wholeheartedly or shut up. Like that's what they're saying.
All right.
It's like if you're gonna say I'm 1/10 like native, then you need to be native. Like you need to like honor it, like be it, like true to nature. Because they said they hate the people who are like, oh, I'm 1/6
Yeah.
something or other. It's like you're either all or nothing. to
Yeah, it's
them.
like, oh, I
Fine,
dress
I'll
in a
start-
tuxedo, but I wear
fine.
moccasins.
I'll start
Get working on those smoke
I'll start
signals.
Scalping white people.
There you
jeez.
go. See, there you go.
Except
Commit.
I'll do the wrong one. I'll be like, here's some tickets.
Yeah, you want some
Scalping ya.
tickets?
No, you don't remember that Mom when she was going through everything that like we're like a mixture of and stuff like that. Like she literally goes through everything. She's like, well, we're German, we're Polish, we're Irish. We're...
Yeah, there was
And then-
one
and then she's
relative
like-
they
and then
had
she-
that
and-
was like Cherokee or something.
Yeah, she's like, and you're 1% Native American.
No, he drove
but then
a Cherokee.
my favorite
What?
one though.
He drove
my,
a Cherokee.
Oh, that's right. He drove a
My
Cherokee.
favorite one though is Mom's like, and somehow we're
Laredo.
related to Burt Reynolds.
Of course we are. Everyone's related to Burt Reynolds.
Everybody is.
He's America's hero.
You don't remember that? Like Mom was
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to talk about like it's like, well, he was adopted. I'm like, he's still not part of the family if he's adopted.
Yeah, what kind of car does the guy drive?
Yeah. Does he have a baboon? No, that's the other guy. Never mind.
No, my name is Turd Ferguson now. It's funnier. Huh? Like this hat. No, it is not. Please remove your hat.
Well, I have a funny story this
What?
week. There was actually the winner of a Breaking Bad contest has been arrested for drug possession.
Oh, nice.
Talk about ironic, Baby Blue. It's reported that Aaron Paul, who played Jesse Pinkman on the hit show Breaking Bad, bitch, set up a contest to benefit the Kind campaign,
Oh.
an anti-bullying nonprofit founded by his wife. Anyone who donated to the charity was entered into a raffle to win the grand prize, a trip to the Hollywood Forever Cemetery to watch the show's finale and party with Paul, Bryan Cranston, and the rest of the Breaking Bad cast.
Nice.
Well, the alleged drug mastermind made headlines when he won the contest and told a local news station after winning that, quote, "If you start watching the show, you can't stop. It's highly addicting, just like the meth they make." Anyway, the 28-year-old contest winner was arrested on felony charges of possession of a synthetic narcotic and possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. He was also reportedly slapped with a misdemeanor charge for keeping a shop or vehicle for dangerous drugs. Jailhouse records say the lucky winner is now being held on more than $12,000 bond. When asked why he did it, the contest winner said, "I did it for me. I liked it. I was good at it. And I was alive." And that's what he said.
But he was misquoted.
So, the next quote I have is, "Get rid of them giblets, bitch." On the day after Thanksgiving, a 49-year-old Florida man was arrested for assaulting his wife with a turkey neck. It was reported that the man struck his wife in her neck with the neck of their Thanksgiving turkey during an argument and then later threw it at her. According to the arrest report, the man and his wife were arguing because she refused to hand over the family checkbook. The turkey neck thug began to break things in the kitchen. When his wife tried to walk away, the man allegedly seized a turkey neck from the counter, struck his wife in the neck with it, and then threw it at her as she retreated. The alleged turkey neck assailant was arrested on battery charges and released on $1,000 bond. The judge has ordered him not to have contact with his wife or cook a turkey for a year.
You have two choices.
You can either have roast beef or roast beef. No turkey for you next year. Well, technical difficulties arise.
That's already the end of the week. Is
Year.
technology.
Anyway, like Steven Stills sings, if you can't be with the one you love, then cuddle the one you're with. In another story out of Florida, must be a hotbed of idiocy this week.
Oh,
in the early hours of what?
You didn't know this? It's basically when you hear a messed up story, it either comes from two places, either Germany or Florida.
Well, Pennsylvania is giving Florida a run for their money.
Is it now?
Yeah, last couple of shows, there were like 3 stories from Pennsylvania from people doing really stupid things. So either that, or I know what happened. The people in Pennsylvania have now moved to Florida because of the winter, so they're escaping the cold weather. That could be it. Anyway, in the early hours of December 28th, a 31-year-old woman who we will call Cuddles and a 33-year-old man who we will call Get Lost spent a romantic evening getting drunk together. As Friday evening turned into Saturday morning, Cuddles allegedly began to complain about Get Lost's refusal to cuddle with Cuddles. Whatever the reason, Get Lost decided that it was time to vacate the location. Cuddles wasn't happy with this, so she ripped and tore Get Lost's shirt to keep him from leaving. But he was determined to escape from the bedroom. Unfortunately for him, that's also when Cuddles decided to offer Get Lost's organs the chance to cuddle up next to some stainless steel. According to the sheriff's report, Cuddles picked up a kitchen knife and pointed it in Get Lost's direction. It's not clear from the official report if the altercation moved into the kitchen or Cuddles just kept the kitchen knife in the bedroom for occasions like this. But either way, Get Lost probably regretted not just sucking it up and going with the hug and roll maneuver after Cuddles fell asleep. Now, to be fair, Cuddles claims that she never picked up a knife, but she did admit to being angry about Get Lost's refusal to cuddle, ripping his shirt, and even attempting to block the doorway by moving a table in front of it. So yeah, we are going to go with Get Lost's version of the events. Cuddles was arrested and charged with misdemeanor domestic battery. She was released from jail after posting a $250 bond. That seems pretty low. Considering.
Well, if there was no actual, probably like if she didn't stab him or anything like that, there was no actual physical assault. It was just threatened.
Oh, okay.
That's probably why.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So basically, if I save up $250, I can threaten people with a knife. And go, hey,
well, I don't know if
they can't touch me.
Because they might though it might go up though if you threaten too many people, because they'll be like, well, that guy wants you arrested.
Oh
that
yeah,
guy wants you arrested.
$250 for him and $250 for them, and you got to be selective with who you're doing.
Yeah. Only knife the blind. They'll
or
never
it also
see it
probably
coming.
looked at it like they probably saw her house, so she's like, she can't even afford the $250. So.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, she was probably still drunk from the night before anyway.
Oh man,
Never
Well,
smile.
that happens, though.
Nothing like love when you're drunk.
I wonder if it makes me wonder if this was actually a Craigslist ad where she's like,
I just want someone to cuddle.
yeah, exactly.
and then like he went back on her word and she's like, that was a written agreement.
It's on the internet. It's true.
Yeah, remember, if you carry through, if you follow through with the Craigslist, you have no alternative.
Well,
but you could be knifed.
That's funny though.
It is.
Maybe that was at the bottom, and the guy didn't read the fine print. It's like, if you do not cuddle with me, you might get knifed.
Yeah,
Oh,
might
but
get
you know what I did here? He
that?
did walk away with a photo of an Xbox One.
That's a courtesy prize. Here's your photo.
Oh,
This is really lovely.
for your $250
This is
bond,
all
you do
mahogany.
get a photo of an Xbox One. Well, good. I'll give it to my son, who's only 11 years younger than me.
And then he can put it on the screen and draw on it.
That's right. Just like Winky
Winky
did.
dinks.
Well,
Winky dinks.
I do not have any songs this week, not even the
Oh.
Winky Dink one, but I am
Finally.
glad that the Christmas music has finally stopped. After a month of the same song over and over again by 12 different artists, each favoring their own little flavor of it, I am glad it's over. And
Which
done
was
with.
the song that you heard over and over again?
Oh, the Mariah Carey.
Oh yeah,
All I
with
Want
the-
for Christmas is
All I
you.
want for Christmas is booze.
I don't want a banana split. I just want to,
Take a shit.
I don't want to pick my nose. I just want to pee on your toes.
Gross.
Make my dreams come true for Christmas. I just wish I was a Jew.
Well, we actually watched that.
I don't want to celebrate it. I just want
The
to
Michael Bublé.
castrated.
Bublé.
Bublé.
He had his
American.
Christmas special with Mariah Carey, and they did that number together. And then there was like, what was the other lady who was on their show? Somebody else.
Did you see the Saturday Night Live with Jimmy Fallon?
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
They did that Christmas bit, but he was playing Michael Bublé. He's like, jingle bells, pronouncing all the words.
The other one I like too is they did a whole musical skit with Michael Bublé on one.
Oh yeah.
And they had like, with guest stars like this lead singer of Radiohead, and it's like him just like dancing all over the place.
Yeah.
They had him with
Was that
Jimmy
the Sound of Music?
Yeah,
the
Sound of
live,
Music.
yeah, the
They had
live
like all these
version of
other
Sound of
people
Music.
on there. Like it was so good. They had DMX do Jingle Bells.
Oh,
Like,
that was great. Oh,
that
yeah.
was really
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
What?
What?
but it was really good though. I was
Yeah,
like, that's
like
really
a
clever.
lot of the people they have on the. But I saw like Justin Timberlake making fun of Jimmy Fallon on the.
Oh, so good.
He was like,
So great.
That's great.
So great.
Oh, and at one point where Jimmy
Jimmy
couldn't
just
take it, he had
he
to
just, like,
lean
bent
down.
like
He
this.
started laughing so hard.
Bazinga. Yeah, because he was playing the guy from.
Yeah, he's playing another guy from. He actually did a really good impersonation of him too. So.
Yeah, that was a good
But,
show.
yeah, no, I'm happy that Christmas music is finally over.
Yeah, the show.
I want new Christmas songs though. I want
Yeah.
something like.
I wish somebody would come out with something
Why not?
decent.
Okay, what's that creature called?
the Krampus.
The Krampus. I need somebody to make a Christmas song about the Krampus.
You ever
the
hear about the
Krampus?
Krampus?
You heard
Oh,
about
you're
the
in for a
Krampus?
treat, my good sir.
Basically, the Krampus.
Is it the Krampus what affects women like once a month?
No, that's the
I got
pure-
Krampus
that's-
again. Oh,
Oh, wait. Who is it? It's Krampus. It's your time. Oh, no.
I don't know.
Did you get a phone call?
I
that
think
went,
I'd be more
honey,
understanding if that happened to them every month.
Yeah,
honey, the Krampus showed up. Oh, that's all right. I'll sleep. I'll stay in an apartment.
Okay, so
tonight.
instead of Santa just giving the kids coals for Christmas, there
Right.
was his actual twin or his brother, basically the evil version of Santa called Krampus, and basically it was like a demon-like creature that would take all the naughty kids, throw them in a sack, and then whip them for being bad.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, that was on Grimm.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The
Okay.
Krampus. Yeah.
I thought it was something else. not
Well,
the
it's like a
Krampus.
it's an old German
Yeah, it's an
folk
old
tale
German
thing, yeah,
about
but I
that.
Yeah,
think-
but I heard what he would do is after he whipped them, he'd hang him from a tree and then he'd eat them on Christmas.
Well, that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
probably
yeah.
the Grimm.
well, there's
tale.
See, that I
there's,
like.
There's a bunch of different variations of it.
So
you know,
save
but
your
yeah.
stocking and comb your heads.
Because Krampus
You're gonna
is
get
coming
eaten
to
tonight.
town.
He will
Comes
beat you,
Krampus.
then he'll
Comes
eat
Krampus.
you
He's
right
gonna
on
whip
Santa
your
Claus'
butt.
sleigh.
I said,
Santa
"Here
will
comes
die
Krampus,
and
here
he'll
comes
wave high
Krampus,
and I'll
he will
eat you
your
again.
brain.
Bite your head off with your
correctly. This is my
and beat you
That's
with
delicious.
this stick.
Like, imagine that. Like, I'm running away. I didn't
Yeah.
get my Xbox One. Wait, what? There's a knock at the door. It's like, it's the Krampus.
Except the Krampus is played by Guilford Godfrey. Why don't you just get in my sack? I won't whip you, but I'll just annoy you with this. Ha! 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 Ha!
I should have been nice.
Just kill me. Hit me with the
Yeah,
stick
just
and
kill
eat me,
me.
for
Just hit
God's
me with a
sake.
whip already. Nice.
I'm going to read from my book.
Yeah. Page
No,
one.
I never heard about the
Sentence
Krampus when I was
one.
growing up. That's what they should have done.
Yeah.
Well, still, my favorite Christmas thing is the time when Grandpa called and you kids were being bad and stuff.
Yeah.
Because every time you kids were bad during Christmas, I used to threaten to call Santa Claus. And then the one time you were being bad, the phone rang and it was my dad.
Yeah.
And I picked up and go, hello. And he goes, oh, hello, my boy. Like he does. I go, oh, hi, Santa. How are you? And he starts laughing. He goes, and you guys just went,
Yeah, like
I mean,
Ghost
it was
White,
like, stop motion. Everybody just stopped. And that was just great. And then when I tortured you some more, and it says, oh, you're not coming? I says, oh, so there's no Christmas this year for the kids. Oh, okay. Well, that's all right, Santa. We understand. They were bad this year. What? Not even coal? Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll just start taking down the tree and the decorations, and there's no point. And you guys were crying and sobbing so bad.
I know,
No.
it just happened this year. All right? You can't
that
quit
was-
bringing it up.
Yeah, quit bringing up past.
We're still getting over
We're
it.
trying to repress these memories.
I no.
You're
See,
not
I'm
helping.
I'm still trying to enjoy the
Oh, I
Ghost
see.
of Christmas
Just without the
Past.
music.
Yeah, just not without the music because we have technical
So
difficulties.
beat your children and hang them heads.
So, does anybody have news stories to make fun of? I have one I heard about today.
Oh, just today?
Just today.
Go for it.
Your mom was telling me, I guess, you know who Jenny McCartney is, right? McCarthy?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she used
She
to
was
be hot,
married
and then
to,
something
uh,
happened.
Well, she was on MTV for a while. She was a Playboy. Then she was wrote a couple books. Her kid had autism.
Right.
She dated like Jim Carrey for
Right.
a while, and
That's
now
the
she's
one.
doing all kinds of stuff.
Well,
Then she went like batshit crazy with the medical thing, where she's like, "Don't give your kid shot." The
Well,
government's saying
it's funny you should mention that because what it's been determined is
that she was correct.
No, that her son does not have autism. He may have something else completely different from autism. So now all of a sudden she's changing her tune and saying, well, maybe getting inoculated for viruses that are now killing everybody isn't a
Yeah,
bad
because
idea.
they're not being inoculated.
Right. Well, the thing, okay. The
I
thing,
love stupid celebrities.
you know,
My
and,
kid has
okay, you know
autism.
what's
They
even
champion
worse
around
than
it.
stupid celebrities is people who take their advice
No, I know.
and follow it.
Okay.
It's like, okay, if you're going to listen to some celebrity, also, you shouldn't get your kids vaccinated because even though we've been doing it since the 50s and disease is on the decline ever since then, that now, all of a sudden we shouldn't do it because it could cause something else. It's like, oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me because you're a celebrity. You must know stuff because, wait a second, you're a celebrity, so
You're
mean,
not a doctor.
yeah, wait, they tell you, okay, first of all, you show up, they put makeup on you, they tell you where to stand, they tell you what to say, they tell you how to say it, and then they send you home and they pay you lots of money for that.
Yeah.
But, so I should listen to you because you're an expert on not inoculating people? Well, they said whooping cough has made a comeback now
Oh yeah,
because
big time.
people
Because
have
no one's
stopped.
getting inoculated.
Yeah, I don't want to inoculate my kid because I'm afraid that, something bad will happen. Yeah, he'll get sick and die. That's what'll happen if you don't.
That kid's not feeling so well. Don't get him shots.
But anyway, that was
make
her
you feel
big
good.
thing. But she's
that's
still
crazy, though.
she's still going to go ahead and support the.
Well, I mean, she
the
did
cause
a
of
lot of good
autism.
because she did bring a lot of attention to it.
Right.
But I do feel like, the same aspect of.
But it also comes down to this is the thing. If you want to listen to some celebrities, please listen to the ones that are actually smart. Like,
Right.
what has she actually done? It's all like she was
Yeah.
a Playboy
What's her medical
bunny.
training?
It's like anything that, like, literally, if Stephen Hawkins came out and was like, you should not do ovulations on your children. Like, well, okay, this is the smartest man in the world. Maybe I should look into this or something like that, But if it's like from some blonde woman, like, yeah, you shouldn't do it. I think my kid has autism, or I just dropped him too many times. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, it sounds like he may have some other neurological
Which
issue
sucks.
now, but he's doesn't have autism.
He
so,
doesn't have autism.
Well,
and it has nothing to do with the inoculations that he received because
it's,
now he's healthy except for this other thing. So
Yeah.
at
you know,
least Jim Carrey
hopefully-
now has a great thing that'd be like, so what happens if people ever ask, like, how'd you guys break up? Be like, oh, dude, the bitch was crazy.
That bitch be great.
she knew nothing about nothing. Anyway, these are...
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Alright.
Let's moving right along to my favorite part of the
Moving
show.
right along.
Wait, I had a
These
story.
are my free movie
But
reviews.
I had a story.
These are movies.
Oh, Dad doesn't care.
What?
Oh,
About
Kyle
what?
said he had a story, but
Like, do
Oh,
you guys
you
have
do?
any stories? And I was like, go for it. You start with yours. And then
Okay,
yours
go
like,
ahead. No, I didn't know. I
Screw
didn't.
Kyle.
Hey,
Hey,
I
he did
didn't
the-
see it on the notes.
He says a
He
story.
did
Look,
the-
I'm looking at the notes right here. Kyle's
He did.
blank.
Well,
It's
that's because-
absolutely blank. There is nothing there after Kyle's
But you'll see that my
except the
curses.
next section, which says B. Steve-O's.
All right, here you go. So basically,
got a
the beginning of the year always produces idiots, and there's a guy, a mechanic of 30 years, named Sergio A. Rosa. He was wielding a gas tanker, fixing a gas tanker.
Okay.
But curiously, it exploded on him, sending his body 400 meters through the air. When it questioned, they asked, did you remember to check to see that the tanker was empty? And he replied, no.
Wait, he survived?
He survived, and they said he flew. They said you flew 400 meters, through a roof, shot out all the windows in his shop. And they said so for 20 years. He's like, yes, you've been a mechanic, and yes, and it's and you were hot wielding a tanker, and he's like, yes, and he goes, but you did not check to see that it was empty, and he said no.
To be fair, though, he was trying out for the Amazing Frog.
That could be it, yeah.
It's weird that you would say that. There was actually a guy I worked with. His name was, I won't say his name.
Pablo Francisco.
He follows me down and tries to kill me.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You said
I used to
my
work
name.
with him at a pool company, and he had this huge freaking scar on his face from one end to the other, and he got that the same way. He was welding a gasoline tank because it had a hole in it, and he forgot to check to see if there was gas in it. Even if there
He
is,
was
usually
Kano.
there's fumes and stuff in there too that you need to. Yeah. We called him Happy because he had two smiles.
Well, they also asked him.
Wait, but now he has a good pickup line after the Dark Knight movie. He's like, you ever wonder how I got this scar? How? Well, I was trying to wield a thing.
Oh, so you're a dumbass.
A good-
yeah.
A good question you can ask them too is, did your life flash before your eyes?
Boom, boom. No,
Actually, he can say that. He's like, my life flashed before my eyes. You know what I saw?
Yes.
You and me.
You and me together.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Krampus, let's
Come
do
on,
it.
Come on.
Come on, Krampus, let's do this
I
dance.
don't like you. Go away.
Oh, come on.
This summer, Guilford Godfrey is Krampus.
So, is there anybody else that has a news story that they decided
Stevie?
not to add to the show notes? So I
No.
would just go right
But-
by the.
Well, are you on Google or are you using my notes?
I can't get to Google.
That's
Google
why it's blank,
decided to
because
stop
on Google
working
my story
for
is
me.
right there, isn't it, Steve?
Oh, why was it on the notes that you gave me from your computer?
I don't know.
It's on there now.
Anyway, these are my free movie reviews. These are movies and or shows that I borrowed from my public library on my very own library card. And here we go. All movies are given a half hour. If you don't grab me by then, the movie is over. Cut it.
Well, you never let me do your intro music for
Well,
that.
that's because you're not paying attention to the notes.
I
just
was
like
paying
that.
attention. I got everything ready to go, and then you're just
Idiot
all like,
section tonight.
You know what? You're not allowed to talk.
What?
You walked over Kyle's
And this is-
stories,
this
and
is
then
why.
even when you asked me what I was doing the holiday, I was like, oh, I got to say one thing, and they're like, moving on.
Well, what else did you do for the
no, it
holiday?
doesn't matter. We're on your movie
Fine.
review.
Well, we're moving now. Shut up.
This is
My
the last show ever.
Yeah, it's the best show. Hey, this looks a lot like last year's
Hey,
shows.
you know what we need though?
You know what's gonna be great though? With Dad, he said if it gets too long, he's gonna edit it. So he's just gonna edit out everything went bad. And he's be like, "This is a perfect show."
Yeah,
We're
it's
all
only
happy.
3 minutes. It's going to end up being a 3
Oh, it'd
minute
even
show.
be better. is
Hi,
if-
welcome to the idiot section, and thank you for listening. We'll see you next
It
time.
just edits us out.
Well, that's even better. Dad, cuts all the bad stuff, but just fills it in with good things, like they do on TV when you're watching Friday the movie on USA, where it's always like, "Man, get off my lawn, sir!" It's always they put somebody else's voice in there. Kyle, tell us all about your story, and then it'll just be you being like, "No," okay, Kyle, thanks.
Well, I started to. No, I don't want to hear it. No, it's a good. No,
Or no, he'll be like, "Kyle, do you have a story?" No, I lied. I put things in the show notes that weren't existing. Ha 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 ha! I win again.
Ha, ha.
All right.
ha.
So you started the Wolverine, which I was very kind of surprised when Mom.
You
told
starred
me.
in the Wolverine?
I
You
did.
really got fit for that.
I played the guy picking up garbage over at the corner.
Hey, you dropped something.
Hey, you dropped something. He picks it up with his claw and he goes, "Here, you can take it now."
Here you go,
No, thank
taking
you.
out the trash.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Wolverine, starring Hugh Jackman, starts off with him dreaming of his time as a POW in World War II Japan.
Cool. Sounds good.
Where he is imprisoned in a buried metal container, which is okay, I can understand that. Then the air raid signals is sounded, and you see 2 Allied planes in the sky making their turn to bomb the town. Now, it isn't until later until you learn that the POW camp is near the town of Nagasaki, one of the 2 sites where the atomic bomb was dropped. As the signal grows louder, several Japanese officers are scrambling to release the prisoners. One, in particular, hurries to free Logan, a.k.a. the Wolverine, and then joins his other 3 officers, ready to take their turns committing hara-kiri before the bomb goes off.
Hey!
Hey, hey, no, not
Cubs win!
Hey,
Cubs!
if I was a hot dog and I was
Hey,
hungry,
Wolverine!
would you eat this?
If you were a hot dog, would you
Yeah,
eat
just
yourself?
three Asian officers being like, if you were a
Hello.
If you were a hot dog, would you ring your
If you were chow mein
Oh,
and
really?
you very hungry, would you eat yourself?
it takes up an hour of the movie, but it's so worth it.
Oh yeah,
It's so
because
needed.
each one plays off the other. Oh,
Hot
chow
Cubs
mein.
win.
How about hot sour shrimp? I like that.
Cubs win. Cubs win. Ha, ha, ha.
So after they perform their
Ha,
skit,
No wonder I didn't
Wolverine.
like the show. Anyway, just before the last officer
Wolverine.
pulls out his samurai sword to kill himself, Logan stops him,
Don't do
grabs him, and jumps
That's
into the
not how you do it.
container
Yeah.
to save him. Although Logan,
Yeah, Logan's like, I'll show you how to do it. It just snaps like,
yeah, like, "Ah."
no, you don't make these
that's
sounds.
how you kill yourself, bub.
Anyway, they jump into the
Oh,
thing,
they're
and
cool.
Logan covers him with this big metal plate.
Yeah.
And as the flame of the bomb hits, Logan is burned to a crisp.
Oh man,
But the soldier is amazed when Logan heals himself right before his very eyes.
Oh, no,
With
Krampus.
that, Logan wakes up in bed with Jean Grey, the
Finally.
telepathic, telekinetic mutant, a.k.a. Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, or Marvel Girl, as she could be known.
yeah, reincarnated.
She's got like
multiple
3
times.
different things. Logan is thrilled to wake up with her, but warns her that she should leave because what he might do to her when he is asleep. Well, too late again, Logie. It appears that he has already removed most of her insides, some telepath she is, as he screams, no, no, no. He wakes up for real this time.
Aha, double dream.
He was a dream within a dream.
Inception.
Now this time Logan Inception. No, Wolverine Inception. Anyway, he wakes up for real this time in a small cave on the edge of some rainy forest, most likely in Portland. He has long hair, a full beard, and a worse than normal attitude. While he's in the forest, he befriends a bear, and the bear gets killed by some Wahoo hunters, so that he goes after them and kicks some ass, and then meets up with some Japanese chick who wants him to come back to Japan with her to see some guy, or see that guy that he saved in World War II.
Is that where my bear is?
I think so.
Come with us. Okay.
Anyway, I watched
That's
the
what they promised him.
Yeah.
I watched it for
It's
like another
unbearable.
20 minutes, in which he acted more like Bruce Willis in Die Hard with claws, fighting the Japanese mafia, and then shut it off because I couldn't care anymore about the story or the characters. I like Hugh Jackman, but to me, this movie was crap.
Which is funny because they never saw the origin one.
Yeah, Origin was a lot worse.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would think that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Origin
I
was
need to
just
see that.
horrible,
Did
yeah.
you guys see the
No,
Wolverine?
Not
I
yet,
haven't
no.
had a chance to.
Don't.
No,
It's
I
terrible.
want to.
All right, if you
Okay,
do,
this is the
okay.
thing,
If you
though.
want to
Okay.
see it,
Take it out of the library then, because you don't want to spend money on it.
Okay.
Because
No,
believe me,
good to know.
you got to waste at least 45 minutes to an hour for it to get good, I guess. But I don't have that kind of time. I'm an old man. I'm gonna
I got
die
time to
soon.
live.
I don't have
All right,
time
which
to wait
is
for it
funny.
to get
okay,
better.
okay, so 45 minutes for it to get good. Yet you and Mom both enjoyed Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing
Oh.
Spider. Which one was that?
That was the one with,
That's the one with
Andrew
Spider-Man in
Garfield
it?
where it took him forever to finally go, I should be Spider-Man.
You know the guy who climbs on walls? You know that guy? That's that movie.
Andrew
No, I don't
Garfield,
remember
it was
that
the reboot of the Spider-Man franchise.
Was I sober during that one?
I don't
Probably
know. You
not.
and Mom
Maybe
watched
Every
it
time they
because
said the
Mom-
name Spider-Man, you drank, and then
Oh.
you blacked out in the forest. with the
Spider-Man.
bear.
Probably.
Spider-Man. That doesn't count if you keep saying it. Dude, Spider-Man. Spider-Man, man. I'm gonna be Spider-Man, man. Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man kills the flies, hits them
Nice.
in the head and watch them dies. Picks them up, squeezes their guts, then he kicks them in the the butts. Oh, yeah. That's why I'm Spider-Man. Flies try to get in my house. I kill them faster than a mouse. Whip their wings off, watch them try to jump up and try to fly. Anyway, the other movie I saw, which is a real old movie, came out in 1960. It's called Elmer Gantry.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Elmer's Glue.
No.
Elmer's Glue.
Well, that was held together
The
later.
true story.
It's the sequel to Seabiscuit.
Oh, where's my horse?
Elmer Gantry is starring Burt Lancaster, Gene Simmons, and Shirley Partridge Family Jones.
Is that her real name?
Yeah.
Partridge Family Jones?
Yeah, that's her
Nice.
middle name. She changed it legally.
Wow.
I'm Shirley Partridge Family Jones.
Interesting.
Except when she says it, it's always like, I'm Shirley, and then it's like, Partridge Family Jones.
You know, and the inflection is on the Partridge Family.
All right, go
I
on.
think I heard about this movie.
No, you didn't. It's
Yeah, we're talking
Anyway.
about it right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, we-
exactly. I think I just heard about it.
Anyway, it's about a drunk, opportunistic salesman who joins a Christian revival group
Oh, nice.
and becomes part of their traveling troupe, converting and preaching the word of God to all. It was actually based on a book of the same name written by Sinclair Lewis in 1927, and the movie that came out in 1960. Now, the movie is dated. The music is awful because obviously they try to transfer it from analog to digital, and whatever equipment they use. You know how when music gets really like, well,
Yeah.
that's what it sounded like.
Oh, like the Sinbad music?
Yeah, like those. It's just awful. Now, the only reason I got this movie to watch it was because one of the neighbors that I used to live near said that it was good and that Burt Lancaster won the Oscar for his performance, and it was pretty good.
Who was the neighbor?
Larry. He's the one who actually we went to their house for the Christmas party. Larry and Judy.
Oh, okay.
So he had said it was a movie that he had saw and that he thought
I
was
was
really
about
good.
to say, after you watched it, were you just like, oh man, this movie sucks. I'm going to punch Larry in the back of the head next time I see it.
No, it wasn't
Take it
too
to the
bad.
grave.
Actually, the movie did pass the half-hour rule,
Aha.
but it ran about a half hour too long.
Wah, wah.
Now, what's funny is the film actually begins with this written statement, and I quote, "We believe that certain aspects of revivalism can bear examination, that the conduct of some revivalists makes a mockery of the traditional beliefs and practices of organized Christianity. We believe that everyone has a right to worship according to his conscience, but freedom of religion is not licensed to abuse the faith of the people. However, due to the highly controversial nature of this film, we strongly urge you to prevent impressionable children from seeing it." So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, especially if you don't want people to be like, oh no.
Yeah.
We also want to tell you that the vampires are not real. We added that for more
Special-
fun.
Yeah, just to move the story along and to make it pretty interesting.
Why
But
Count
yeah, it
Dracula's
wasn't-
in this movie, we don't care.
It was pretty neat though. It was different. It was Burt Lancaster was really actually pretty good at it. Now, one of the other things we saw was BBC's Being Human, the 5th and final season. There were 6 90-minute episodes in which a ghost, werewolf, and a vampire are roommates in an old bed and breakfast in jolly old
Come
England.
on, Dad. Sell it better. It's a ghost and a werewolf and a vampire in a bed and breakfast.
Now, a ghost, a vampire, and a werewolf walk into a bar, and they said to the bartender, "Hey." So
and the bartender goes, "You guys look ghoulish tonight."
Oh,
Well, the show has been canceled.
2 guys, a girl, and a werewolf in a pizza place. Yeah.
Anyway, 2 of the episodes starred Julian Barrett, who played Howard Moon on The Mighty Bush.
That's right.
Now, he was actually
Howard Moon. Have you ever seen Mighty Bush?
Nope.
Oh, you would love it.
Nope.
it's
So
yeah,
good.
there were a couple of them that were pretty good.
I mean, he got a freaking gorilla as the drummer. Like you can't beat that.
oh, you
Okay,
could.
Kyle, it's a guy in a suit.
You can beat him with. I guess you can beat him. I guess. Yeah.
Anyway, as he stars as a weatherman who is attacked by a werewolf and becomes one. But then he turns.
Whether or not he saw it coming.
Whoa. I guess he
Chances of
couldn't
me
weather
popping.
that storm. Goody.
Yes.
Anyway, he
It was
turns
a
into a
shit
shyster
tornado.
self-help guru who takes advantage of the dim-witted werewolf in the house by the name of Tom. Now,
Tom Brokaw.
As the werewolf.
I was a werewolf today,
I was mauled senselessly.
but became a werewolf, and now I live in a bed and breakfast with a vampire and a ghost. It's somewhat
That's
of a
what I want.
comedy.
I want Tom Brokaw as the werewolf, then we'll just bring back Bela Lugosi for the Dracula.
Of course.
And then we'll bring Slimer in for the ghost.
Well, there you go. Anyway,
Blah!
Back to my review.
Anyway, back to my review, which is way important. Anyway, in an attempt to appear normal and be able to pay rent, Tom and the vampire Hal take jobs at a local hotel. Tom complains that he is not respected, so Hal, who has become the manager of the hotel, actually when the other manager kills herself, but that's part of the story.
Spoilers!
I know.
Jeez.
She makes Hal goes ahead and makes Tom an assistant manager. Now, what I think is really funny is you have to look for it because it's not really pointed out. But instead of writing ASST.man under his name for the new position, Tom writes in ass
man.
So it says Tom ass man on his badge. And unless you're paying attention, I started laughing my ass off.
Just ask for me. I'm the ass man.
Anyway, the three of them have to deal with the devil, whom Hal had a run-in with 90 years earlier. I was sorry to see the series end, but it was definitely worth watching.
Now, did it have a good closure on the season, or was it more of like this mediocre, like,
I mean, how far can they take it with that kind
Well,
of...
yeah. It was kind of... Well, yeah, it was... it was okay. I would say,
Not
as
a
far
Breaking
as,
Bad ending?
No, well, even Breaking
Which everybody
Bad.
He
Was,
like puts his hand on the meth and falls back.
yeah, no, he puts his hand on the stake in his heart.
Why did I do that?
Actually,
Right,
the
did I
spoiler
snap
alert
my
is
head?
in the end, what happens is they all defeat the devil, and because the devil is kind of what made them what they
Aha,
were,
they're all
they
free.
become human.
Even the
So
ghost?
even the ghost
Wow,
comes back to
that
being
makes no
human.
sense.
Which should be really interesting because at one scene she actually ends up in her own coffin. The devil puts her there, and she sees her rotting body next to her. So it should be fun when she goes back to her family and they say, "Wait,
Yeah,
I thought
weren't
we
you
buried
dead?
you,"
Yeah,
and
I
then they
thought you
dig
were
her
dead.
up and they find her rotted body in there,
Yeah.
and
Very
she's
confused.
still alive, and it's going to be kind
Yeah,
of.
it's
Like,
gonna
if
be
you
very
think about it,
But they don't go
the only
into that.
person who really gets a fresh start is the vampire because he's probably been around for so many centuries.
And he was human to begin with, so technically all he's going to do is just go back to how
And
he
then
was.
and then the werewolf, he's fine because now he doesn't have those weird transformations. Yeah, I don't buy the ghost girl thing for one bit.
Yeah, sorry guys, you lost
sorry.
me at the ghost
But
girl.
anyway,
You had me
it's-
at Ghost Girl,
Hey,
you lost me at
it's
Ghost
science fiction.
I guess
Anything
so.
can happen.
Hey, no, it's not because
Now-
science has a purpose, and that ghost girl did not
Werewolves
have a
in
purpose.
space. That's all I'm
She
gonna
did
say.
have a purpose.
Werewolves in
She
space.
balanced out the
That's all
other
you
two.
So
She
you could
played.
have gotten Bill Cosby to do that. You see, you are a vampire and you are a werewolf. Rudy, don't.
That probably would have been a lot better.
Being human,
But-
with Bill Cosby.
but- Speaking of science fiction, one of the other free movies I got to watch was Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters.
Oh.
Now,
only
actually,
seen the first one.
the Percy Jackson thing was like, it's okay. But the story was actually pretty cool, especially if you follow mythology. It deals with the first god, Kronos.
Now, Kronos.
The story was
It's a
cool,
clock, right?
especially if
Yeah.
you follow mythology. It deals with the first god, Kronos, and how he would eat his children so they could not rise up against him.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back.
Zeus's baby back.
But actually, what did happen is Kronos' wife, I forget whether it was Hera or one of the other gods. I know there's a Roman and Greek god. Hera
Yeah, it
was
was
one of
Zeus's
them.
mother, whatever her name was.
Yeah, so, that's Zeus was one of them.
No, I know
Poseidon was
that.
another.
Yeah.
And then there was another god that she held, and eventually they did come up, rise
Yeah,
against
it wasn't.
Kronos.
Yeah,
and kill
Zeus
him.
was the one that she hid, and then he got powerful, and then he punched Kronos in the stomach, and he spit out like all the babies.
Yeah, her name was Rhea,
Rhea.
mother of Zeus.
Creator of Ray-Bans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
when they, and when they, yeah,
Side by side.
and when they punched Kronos in the diaphragm, he had diarrhea.
diarrhea. Yeah, there
But
you
the
go,
weirdest
Rhea.
part, though, is when I know it's obviously it's mythology, but the weirdest part is when he punched him and all the babies came out. They all were like fully grown.
I don't
Oh yeah, they've
remember
been
that.
digesting or whatever.
You don't
Something like
remember?
No, I don't think that happened.
No, it did.
No, according to the mythology course I took, those babies were dead
Percy
and gone
Jackson
once he
and-
ate them.
No, because he had those are all the gods after Zeus freed them from Kronos.
Oh, like
Yeah, Poseidon was in there. Hades was in there.
I thought Poseidon and Zeus were the three that he.
See, it depends on which story. There's the Roman mythology of the Greek gods, and then there's the Greek mythology of the Greek gods. And
I don't know. It's all Greek to me.
There's a varying degree of like tales, but that's
Right,
one or two of them. Like that's why there's a Heracles and then a Hercules. Like there's two different stories, but it's the same character. So yeah, that's like there's a mix. Like there was one where, like you said, she hid away the few. They came back and they became the gods after defeating the Titans. I think is what they were called.
Yeah, the Titans.
And then, like, in the other story, Zeus was the only one that was saved. But then, when he punched everybody, like, they all became adults or something.
Yeah,
It's like a good way to explain puberty.
Anyway,
Dad, why is my voice cracking?
The special effects in
You're
the
in a
movie
baby.
were actually really cool. Now, Percy, who is what's considered a half-blood,
Oh, that.
he's the child of a god who sired a child with a human,
Mhm.
is at a camp with a bunch of other half-bloods on a protected island in the United States.
Gotta love
And to be honest, I think it's in Portland somewhere. Now, Percy's dad is Poseidon, the Olympian Greek god of the sea, which is pretty helpful since this movie requires sea travel.
it. Yeah.
Now, Percy also learns that he has a half-brother who is a Cyclops.
Ooh.
Again, cool effects. And the Cyclops is thrilled to know that he is Percy as his brother, and they, bond.
I got my
and all
eye
that
on you,
stuff.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
He's looking at you, kid. Now,
I hate these Ray-Bans.
now, there is a hippocampus, which, besides being a major part of your brain, in Greek mythology, is a horse sea monster, which Percy and crew ride to get to the ship with a bad guy on it.
Nicely done.
Nicely done. Thank you very much. Now, Stanley Tucci, I don't know you know who he is. He's been around
yeah,
forever.
yeah.
He's related to Gucci Tucci.
Yeah. And Hoochie Coochie Tucci. He plays Dionysus, or Mr. D as they call him,
Dionysus.
which is also called...
Shut up, Kyle.
The god of wine.
He's
God of nerds.
which is also known as Bacchus, the god of wine.
Mm.
Now, unfortunately, he must have made Zeus angry at some point in his dealings with him, and every time he pours himself a glass of wine, Zeus changes it into water.
So he's.
I'm like opposite Jesus. Is
Yeah.
that-
Well, that's what he says. At one point in the movie, Tucci exclaims, there is a deity that can make this happen the other way. That is a real god. So
And Zeus was
zing,
like,
take that, Zeus.
He's like, I punched a man and babies,
And babies came out.
Off my case. Get out. Get off of
Now, isn't
my
the guy-
lightning bolt.
Isn't the guy who played Boromir? Wasn't he like Zeus or something? Did they show the other gods? or
No, they never showed
I think
that.
in the first movie.
Oh, maybe they do,
He
yeah.
was like Boromir was like Zeus.
I
or
totally
something.
made just Zeus black, so I don't care.
Yeah, Samuel
Yeah, but
Jackson
then
is.
they killed him.
Oh no!
Oh!
He dies in every movie.
Always
true.
shooting the
Wow.
black guy.
Now, Nathan Fillion, you know who he is?
Yeah, he's the guy who voices Green Lantern
No, he was also in
Firefly.
Firefly.
He's also in
in Castle.
Castle.
Right, very good. Now, he actually plays the Greek god Hermes.
Heard he's quick on his feet, if you know
Now,
what I mean.
now Hermes is the messenger, and it was rather funny
Delivering
that
bad news.
he is he was actually the owner manager of a UPS store in Washington D.C.
Aha.
Get it? Because he was a messenger
Messenger.
god. Huh? Get it? Huh?
Yeah, we got
Huh?
it. We got you.
Anyway,
We're following you.
That joke was UP.
We're 2 steps ahead of ya.
UPU.
Because that was the other thing. He had the shoes.
No, that was Mercury.
No, Hermes had the shoes. That's why the
Did
Flash modeled his outfit after Hermes.
Mercury had Mercury
messenger.
had the wings on his ass.
Yeah, he had the wing on his. Yeah.
He was a
He also had a car that didn't really work too didn't really work out too bad.
yeah. It was made in the U.S., so it never really went too well.
I don't know how to drive stick.
Anyway, the story was decent. The action was good. The special effects were always a pleasure, and it passed the half-hour rule. So,
Did it have a twist?
what did it have a twist?
Yeah.
And a shout.
No. What I meant is because the first movie was supposed to have this like you weren't supposed to figure anything out, but I figured it out in like the first 15 minutes. I was like, oh, that's the
Wow.
bad guy,
It
and then
must
I was
be
all
good.
like, this is I can watch the rest of the movie because
Well, the bad guy actually comes back.
Aha. He comes
oh,
back.
so it's just like
he's
Percy,
like,
the guy's gonna betray you, and then he betrayed him, and then
Yeah,
I was
'cause I
like,
think
Percy,
I-
I just told you.
I
Why
think I
didn't you listen?"
remember. I remember it in like the bookstore I used to work at because it came out. It's like a children's book series, similar to like Twilight or
Yeah.
like Hunger Games. It's like similar in that.
I think it was actually
aspect.
right after the Harry Potter series.
Yeah,
This
so
was,
it's like kind of
close
like
on
that.
same.
Like it's in a chronicle order of like these books that came out. So it's kind of neat that they're like it's done so
Yeah.
well that they're able to continue.
Which
it.
is weird though, because like the first one came out and then there was no word if it did well or not, and then all of a sudden like it was like you and Mom said, like all of a sudden you guys just saw like a trailer for it and it was already out on like, but it did get released in theater. It just didn't get hyped up like.
Well, then look at like Aragon, or Airborne or whatever it was, like
Airborne.
Yeah, Airborne. Well, the dragon one, like that one movie came out and it like went under like.
Because it didn't because if you read the books, you're like. Okay, did you just like, we're taking the name and we're going to create this galaxy?
Yeah.
Well, kind of like World War Z, like you said.
Yeah, exactly.
The World War Z book is one thing, and they just used the name and made their own movie out of it.
Well, this is World War Z. There's a zombie A to B. And you want to know why? I can't tell anybody because I got face blindness. I'm Brad Pitt. That was nothing like the book.
That was a catchy jingle.
But I didn't realize it was a musical.
Yeah,
the first
World War Z, the musical.
Actually, what it is, it's World War Jazz, but the J-A-Z is really little, and then there's a big Z at the end.
The zombies come at you, they're like,
jazz hands.
Yeah, the zombies come at you, they go,
Z hands.
They're like, we're going to get you. We're going to get you. We're going to get you. We're going to get you.
And they move like they do in Thriller.
Yeah.
That's how they walk.
Zombies with jazz hands. We like to do some jazz.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, well, since our last show in
Zeus
December.
punched a baby.
Good bunch of babies, Zeus.
Knock it off, Tracy. We've been left wondering what will happen to Team Rick from AMC's
That's
The
right.
Walking Dead come February.
No, I know exactly what happens.
For some completely uninformed insight into what February may hold for the intrepid Walker killers, we turn to our local expert in a little section we like to call Christopher Walken Dead. Your thoughts, Mr. Walken?
Oh, this is great to be back here in the New Year's. I just remember Zeus punching babies, but before, it's crazy. I mean, everybody's disbanded in The Walking Dead now. Rick and his son went off, the bus left, and they have no idea where the little baby is. I think what's going to happen is zombies are going to show up. This is just a guess. I'm not sure, don't quote me on this. Don't be like, hey, Walken, the first episode happened, no zombies, you liar. Because I don't like being called a liar. Neither does Zeus. So, anyways, I feel that from the comic series, a lot has changed. In the original comic book, Rick's wife and daughter are actually gunned down by the governor. So in this one, is the baby dead? Speculations. What do you boys think?
Well, what I think is...
Way to go on the pause.
Well, it was a dramatic pause, Mr. Walken.
Horrible. Do you know how to act?
No, I don't. I'm not as well of an actor as you are.
Now you're mocking me.
I mock you not, sir.
I
assure you.
I heard the show
my question is,
zombies.
So Rick and Carl have literally missed the bus. Now, do they find a corner and wait for the next one?
They could.
And what happens if that bus is filled with zombies?
Buses are like zombies. There's one every half hour.
I know.
Now,
they need
where is Judith? Now, I'm sure the writers know where Judith is, but they haven't told you, have they?
No, I should write to them.
No.
I should write to the writers. And they will write me back going, stop writing to me, please.
Dear Mr. Walken, please stop.
I'm sick of it. But, I mean, all I know is hell's going to break loose. Who's going to be the new villain coming up? Because the governor is now dead. Do you think these people who join the governor are going to join Rick's crew? Or they're all going to be scattered? The prison's done. Where are they going to go to next? Maybe a farm? Maybe a bookstore?
Maybe Disneyland.
No. The prices are too high, even during a zombie apocalypse.
It's like $100 a person to get in just for one day.
Well, you know what they say about kid zombies?
What?
They eat free.
Please leave.
Now I have a question. The governor, and pardon my rhyming scheme here, the governor is hopefully still dead, shot in the head by the woman in his bed. Enough said.
Oh. Is that your new children's book?
Yeah, it is.
Here's some
How
bread.
does it end?
Not well.
Zeus punches babies.
Now we all go to hell.
Now, did Daryl get on the bus?
No.
Did Daryl hop on his Harley?
No.
Did he go home with the zombie who was trying to give him a hickey in the last show?
No, he actually left her on the curb and said, "Don't call me, sweetheart."
I'll call you. I don't have a phone. See ya.
No, yeah, he did call her. He said, "I'll call you later," as he drove off in his Harley.
Oh.
No, he's gonna become the new mayor of Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan
I've
can't be
claimed
any
this
worse than
fence
the guy
as
they
my
have in
home.
Toronto. Yeah.
He's actually battling him. He's the new zombie
Oh, is he?
overlord.
Oh, I see.
He can't die with all his nicotine
No.
problems. Ow! But yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait till it starts up in
Podcast makes me so
February.
hungry.
Now, Michonne, is her quest complete now that she's killed
Ooh,
Popeye?
that's a good point.
And what about, and does she now go shopping for more zombie jewelry so she could walk around with 2 more zombies on chains?
Hey, you
Yeah.
know what they say is she's bringing zombies back. So, yeah.
Her and Justin Timberlake bringing zombie back.
No, he brought sexy back. He didn't
Oh.
have a receipt though, so he had to keep it.
Sorry.
Extended warranty.
Sorry, it's past the 90 days, Mr. Timberlake. We can give you store credit, but only for half price.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
Well,
I don't know. There's so many questions. I don't have the answers. And if I did, I would tell you really. That's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah.
Anyway, everybody, we hope you enjoyed our first podcast of 2014.
first and last.
I wonder how long it is going to take me to remember to write 14 instead of 13. I probably should have rehearsed that better.
Probably half a year.
On behalf of myself, Kyle, and Steve-O,
No.
we truly want to wish you all a happy, healthy, and fun-filled new year.
do.
And thank you for sharing your time with us.
Hope we get attacked by the Kraken.
Remember to join us again in 2 weeks when we explore the intricacies of human emotions or the political underpinnings of the unrest in Egypt. Yeah, right. More like fart jokes and ways to annoy people around you.
Yeah, like this.
I like your jacket. I like your jacket. I like your jacket. Can I touch your jacket? Can I see your jacket? Can I smell your jacket?
That's what we do.
That smells.
We do want to thank everybody who purchased their Amazon.com Christmas gifts by going through the Socially Awkward
Oh, wait, I was
Studios
supposed
website
Yeah, no one
and
did it.
accessing Amazon there. Excuse
I
me.
had it
We
booked,
encourage you to use the link to
I've never just
Amazon.com from the Socially Awkward Studios website, as Amazon has agreed to sponsor our network with a portion of everything you buy from them through our site.
Come on.
It adds nothing to the cost of the product to you, but does provide us with the newly minted, almost copper pennies we do get to buy used Bic pens, 3-day-old bread, and expired pain medication that we use here at the studio.
I don't think it's
I like Valium.
Thank you for your support. If you would like to send us a tweet, look for the @TheIdiot section and tweet away.
I really thought that was like, if you'd like to send us a check.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, if you'd like to send us a
Public
check,
broadcasting.
that's even better.
You're
We
on
love the
NPR
attention, and
during
we love
Pledge
to
Week.
hear from new tweeters. Heck, we'd love to hear from any tweeters, and woofers are welcome as well.
And tweakers, that's cool too.
Tweakers,
There's
maybe
a
not
zero
so much.
in front of
Well,
them.
they're not very good at it. They're like, I need to get so my
Never mind. Never mind. Hey, and even if you don't like us, please like us on Facebook anyway at the Idiot Section. Who knows? One day you may not
Dad's trying
only
to get
like
to
us,
100
but
likes.
love us.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to 3 likes.
What are you talking about? You
Not
got
even the
25.
I got 20. We got 25.
Wait, on
You
your
got 25.
Twitter or your...
I have no idea.
Okay, on your Facebook page, you have about 25 or 26 right now.
Wow.
You got to get to 31 to get your Google Analytics working.
Oh, Google Analytics. Cool.
Which,
So you can actually
is
track.
so you've been doing your show for about a year. Kyle and I did our show for a week. The first was it the
Long box.
Yeah, we're already at 30 likes.
Wow, you guys must be popular.
Well, I have 30 emails, so it helps.
Shut up!
Oh, wait.
Why are you giving things away?
You know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I got to do. Number 1 at Amazon.com. Number 2 at Amazon.
Except
Number
that
3
he gets
at-
through all of them, and when he gets to 30, it's already taken. He's
But
like,
you know,
no, I
yeah,
gotta go to 31.
no, what would happen?
Oh, I'm
What's
stuck.
going to happen, though, is Captain Picard and Riker are going to be like, oh, number 1 and number 2 are taken.
Make it so,
Make it
number
so, number
3.
Oh, I don't feel good. I need to do something. Make it so, number 2. Ah, thank you. Hey,
Hey, who put the holodeck
Hey.
safeties off up here? Stinks.
you can also check out our website,
That was
theidiotssection.com. Ah. Number 2, where have you been?
Krampus.
Oh, dear.
Krampus.
I think I stepped in number 2.
Number 2.
Oh, my.
Well, thank you for listening, and Happy
sure
New
did.
Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Play the theme and get us out of here.
Never!
This has been another fine production of the 4i Radio Network. For more great shows, check out www.4iradio.com. And Zeus punches babies.